Okay, this is my life story. I'm going to tell you the exact reason I am the way that I am. Okay? I was born on June 17th, 1998, on a Wednesday at 3 p.m., weighing, I think, 7 pounds, 8 ounces. I was 21 inches tall. Gender, of course, female. Now, from what I can remember, Kayla Renee James and Brandon Johns, not sure what his middle name is, I kind of forgot, but they were my first best friends, my first true friends, and always will be. They've been there since the day I was born. Kayla I met through a friend of my mother's who was so close with my mother that I called her my Aunt Debbie. And Brandon lived right next door to me. We lived at Packard Court, and his mom, Maria, was friends with my mom. Along the way, with hanging with Brandon and everything, I became bisexual, I think, at that point, which was probably at an early stage. I didn't really realize that I was bisexual because it wasn't a popular thing. But I can definitely tell you that if Brandon were to go and stand up and pee on a tree, I'd try to do it too. I was that much of a tomboy. Then I think everybody knew I was gay or something. After that, I started dressing in boys' clothes, and I started to fantasize about sex because I actually walked in on my mom and dad, and well, ever since then I've been fucked up in the head. And that's all that I could possibly think about. I started to like Brandon, but I was too afraid to tell him, so I got over it, started chasing other boys. I'd have to say it was kindergarten, first year in kindergarten. I met Miss Moore's son, which is my science teacher now, and he was my first boyfriend, and we were together from kindergarten, I think, up until 3rd grade because he moved. I think at 3rd grade is when my life started to turn. I met Natasha, I met Markayla, I was meeting all these people like Devin Hendel and Ashley Murray, and I could name a few people that you may be familiar with, and they took a big effect on my life. I was a little badass at that point. I was giving middle fingers to teachers, I was saying what I felt, and I didn't give a fuck, I was just being that bad kid. And then 4th grade came, and I changed, and I started doing a lot better in school, and I met Tyrese Ridgway, Brundage, but he calls himself Ridgway, why I don't know. Some of you may know him, and me and him got together, and we were going on and off until 6th grade, but during 5th grade, I met Melanie Thompson and Tiffany Swinford, and I didn't like them. I didn't like them at all, because when it comes to new people with me, I despise them immediately. Until they prove to me that they deserve my respect, I immediately hate them. Now, mind me, I didn't really know them, like I said. Natasha introduced me into them, and I didn't really pay attention. I talked to them a little bit here and then, but I didn't really care. 6th grade came up, and I guess at that point my life started going downhill. I knew at that point that I definitely liked girls. I just was too afraid to come out. I didn't want anyone to know, because still at this point being gay was kind of being criticized, and people were saying, oh no, you can't be gay, it's not right, you gotta be with the guy, you gotta be with the opposite sex, you can't be with the same sex. So I wasn't coming out. And then Gaskill in 7th grade, it just hit me just like that, and Victor Mayday and George Newhart walked into my life just like that, and I got into weed, I started smoking cigarettes, and life got really, really out of turn, and I began to sell my Xbox and everything I possibly could sell for money to get weed because of this. And they just played a part. Victor tried, I guess he was with me to try to get sex. We eventually tried having sex, but I hate to say it, I ended up coming out and saying, that his thing was small, but, everybody's, small at that point, because, especially boys, because they take a long time to grow, so that's nothing to laugh about. back then it was funny, but now that you're older and more mature and you realize, oh, that was wrong for me to come out and say, oh, you got a small dick. No, that's wrong. Okay, because he wasn't done going through puberty. He said he was. A lot of people lie, but you have to realize at that point you're not even supposed to be doing anything like that. But like I said, my mind is elsewhere. And you know, it increased, and then he broke up with me, and he was trying to get back at me by saying, oh, you got a hairy pussy, da 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 da, and this and that. But eventually things began to change, and it was crazy, you know. And George was hurting Natasha, and I was trying to be there for Natasha because she's like my little sister, you know. And I'm not gonna ignore that situation, especially when he was mentally, physically, and emotionally abusing her. And you know, I just had to stop that. And Natasha almost made the mistake of choosing a boy over your best friend. And I let her walk away. But once she got hurt by him, guess what? She knew exactly that I would be there for her. Forever and always. Through thick and thin, I'm always there for my friends. I will give the shirt, my back for my friends. As a matter of fact, I would take a bullet for one of my friends. And I guess things just started to change. At that point, I was worried about her, and I wasn't paying attention to myself. And over that summer, I was hanging with my older cousin who does nothing but smoke and hang with friends and bike ride. At that point, that's what we were doing. And once we went back to Gaskill, 8th grade year, worst year of my life. Not even 4 days after school started, Savion Tyson asked me out, and I really liked him. You know, I was taking interest in him. I was talking marriage, talking kids, and he was talking the same thing. But not realizing it, not using my eyes, he was flirting with other girls. He was more interested in his sexuality and his manhood than he was me. And I didn't see that, so I kept nagging at him and eventually pushed him away. And after that, I guess I went out with Nate Madden trying to get back at him, and I ended up falling for Nate, but Nate did not feel the same way at the time. So he broke it off with me saying, you know, I wasn't ready and all that. And I kind of broke up with him because I was being told that he was going to break up with me. Alright? And I don't know, I guess over the summer of, over 8th grade summer, with going to summer school and not wanting to do that again because it was my 3rd year in a row, and I think it's going to be my 4th year in a row this year of going to summer school, and I'm not happy with myself at all, but this is my choice. This is what I have to deal with, you know. I deserve it because I said I was going to work hard this year and I didn't. But it was hard, and with my family and everything, I was spending so much time with them that them picking on me and, you know, messing around with me a little bit too much got a little bit too far. And there was this one day, I guess, me and my brother started going at it, and my mom was just, I don't know what was going on, but I walked out. You know, I had packed my stuff and I walked out, and I went to the falls. I took my shoes off, I climbed over the railing, and I walked through the rapids, because at the time it wasn't that severe, you know, and you could actually walk through it. I mean, there was a lot of pressure on your feet, but you still had a good grip of the rocks, especially when you're going barefoot and you don't really care. You're about to give up your life. You're not going to give a fuck. But I stood literally on the edge of the falls. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested or anything, but at the time there was no one around. I was kind of just staring at Canada and thinking, damn, you know, I wish I could change my life, and you know, I wish I wouldn't have to throw it away, but I feel like the only way I will bring attention to myself is if people see that I'm dead and there's nothing you can do about it. But I knew that wasn't the right route. I thought about all the people in my life that were there for me, including Kayla, Brandon, Melanie, Tiffany, all these people. I could name thousands probably, and you wouldn't believe that you touched my heart, but you did. All my friends, even some of the fake ones, kind of helped me. You know, for example, Danielle, who's one of my two-faced friends, and she even kind of helped me. You know, she does have a caring side, but then she has that side that just doesn't give a fuck. She's a drama starter. Everybody knows it. But, you know, I gotta say, even those people, even the haters and all that played a part, because they made me stronger. They picked me up, and I think that's why I'm here today, is so that way I can say that, and so that they know, look, you cannot push me down. You're only gonna make me stronger if you try to, you know, hurt me. And if you love me, that's great, because I'm gonna love you because you love me. You know what I mean? And I think at that point, after that day, I kind of lost myself back there, you know, standing on the edge, and knowing that I was going to throw my life away. I took a step back, and I said, give it another chance. You know, I think that was the best decision I made. And then this year started, and I was planning on not talking to anybody. I was planning on avoiding everyone, sitting alone, being that miserable, dark bitch that I became. And you know what? Melanie Thompson took the chance to come to me, and I didn't care. You know, she liked me, and she told me that she liked me, and I only went out with her because I wanted a girlfriend. I wanted to say, look, this is my girlfriend. You know, I didn't really love her. I didn't have any feelings for her at all. I was going to cheat on her and do everything I could to hurt her because of what had happened to me in the past. And I just knew deep down inside, Kylie, that's not you. Okay, that's not you. Just at least try with her. And I took my chance. And in November, somewhere around there, we broke up, and I just cried for hours over the fact that I lost her, and I knew that what I had was very special, and that she was not someone that you would want to throw away. You know what I mean? So I went back out with her, and I began to have feelings for her ever since that day, and it's just been great since then. I think she's helped me a lot. I mean, I thank her, I thank my mother, because my mother was there for me the whole time, you know, going through that, and it was just, you know, I was cutting, and I got scars from it, and I was trying to hang myself, kill myself, hurt myself in any kind of way, shape, or form, just to let the pain out, but the only way to do it was to face up to my problems. So I just want everyone to know who watches this video, if you have any kind of situation going on in your life, don't try to give up. Don't give up so easily. Maybe just stop and think about the situation you're in, and think about what you want out of that situation. Do you want it to get better, or do you want it to get worse? You know, just think. But I guess Melanie and I are definitely meant to be. Somewhere in my heart it does tell me, you know, marry her, you know, start a family, because you know this is what's right for you. My whole life I always felt like a boy trapped inside of a girl's body, but I realized, no, I'm just a masculine female. I just like things that guys like, and that's the way I was raised. Ever since I was born, I guess I was meant to be this way, you know, and I'm glad that I came out, and I'm glad that I faced up to everything. Because, you know, they tell you it does get better. They wouldn't tell you that if it doesn't, okay? When they tell you that it gets better, don't say, no, it doesn't. Because that's just because you believe that. If you stop believing that it's not going to get better, then it will get better. Don't look up to God. Don't look up to Satan. Look at yourself. Ask yourself, what do you really want? Do you want to be miserable for the rest of your life and cry every day, cry yourself to sleep like I used to? No. What you want is, you want love. You want respect. You want people to care about you. Well, you need to look at those people. You need to look at the people that are there for you at the worst times, because those are the people that matter the most. Those are the people that are there for you no matter what. And you know what? I realized a lot of people who said that they were there for me, that they loved me, once I went through my worst times and they walked away, you know what? They're the ones who are going to regret it. They're the ones who are going to miss out on all the good things that you have in your life, because they don't deserve you. They don't deserve happiness. Them themselves are going to go through the same thing, and they're going to realize that. We're all getting older. You'd think 6th grade was just yesterday. It was. But you know what? Life is short, and sometimes you gotta live it to the fullest. You know, you can't just pay attention to the big things. Sometimes even the littlest things, like the wind blowing in the summertime, could make a difference. You know what I mean? So don't always feel down about yourself. Don't try cutting yourself. You know how they say wrists are for bracelets, not cutting. You know, things like that. You gotta stay positive no matter what's going on. I was molested by my own brother. I'm not gonna say who, but I was molested from the age 6 to 9. Didn't come out until I was 12 about it. You know, and even that, I know even that probably had some meaning and some, you know, responsibility to my life. And it may be sad that most of you may have not have known that, but maybe that's why I am the way that I am. So those of you who hate me, keep hating, because you know nothing about me. You will never know nothing about me because you don't deserve to, and you never took the chance to truly listen to my heart. And, you know, I stay positive no matter what. And, you know, now things are different, so I see them differently. I used to never care about anything until I opened my eyes to it. You know, and the whole decision with my religion and me being a Satanist and me wanting to go to hell is because, honestly, deep down inside, I don't feel like I should have to ask for forgiveness because I've done nothing. Nothing but sit there and deal with every obstacle that God has thrown in my way. I shouldn't have to say sorry, because those who hurt me got hurt because they deserved it. And, you know, the way I see it, life is always going to be cruel. And if you don't learn to face up to that, then you're just going to get knocked down. And you're not going to be able to get up, because you're going to know all that's going to happen is you're going to keep getting hurt. And if you want it to stop, you got to stop it yourself. You can't just expect it to just disappear. You got to do something about it. You can't just sit there and this person hurt me, or this isn't going my way. Do something about it. Get up, make your move. Know that you are stronger than what you think you are. Okay? People are going to talk shit to you all your life. You just talk it right back, because you know what? They are exactly what they say you are. If they call you a retard, they're just mad because they couldn't get an A+ on their test. You know, if they call you a douchebag, it's because they're a douchebag. If they say you're gay, they're probably gay and too afraid to admit it. So just prove yourself, inspire people, and know that this is what you want in life, and chase it. Okay? Never give up on your dreams. Never lose faith. That's all I'm saying, because once I would have jumped off the falls, do you think that would have made any difference? No, I just would have been dead. And everybody who cared about me would have been hurt and crushed. And it would have affected them, and every day they would have had to live with, God, I think I hurt Kylie. No. What you did is you made me stronger. That's what you did. So those of you who do truly care about me, I hope you end up liking this video. And if I don't get that many likes, then at least I know that my true friends are the people who actually paid attention. I spent 20 minutes almost on this video just to tell you that. Did I make a difference? Did I make you think differently about yourself, or maybe differently about someone else? Did I inspire you? You know, that's my question. I want to become a writer. So in the future, if you ever see the name Kylie Ann Harris on a book, read it, because I'm pretty sure you'll end up finding something in there that touches your heart. Because I just know I was put on this planet to do something, anything, to change the world. And you know what? Everyone who has a life on this planet, who is welcomed into this world, has the opportunity to do that. Whether you take it or not is your choice. All I'm saying is have faith, don't give up, and love hard. And if say you're having a relationship problem and everything, if that person truly cares about you and they walk away, if they don't come back, it's not meant to be. Just know that. Then that goes for anyone, not just for when you're in a relationship. That goes for anyone. And always pay attention to the people who are there for you when you're down, because those people are the people that truly care and know the real you. I just want you to know that. And thanks for letting me take her time with these. And I just hope that you pay more attention to the little things in life, not just the big events, but the littlest things, as if the wind was blowing in the summer, because it will change your life, and you will change yourself. You know what I mean? You will start to have different feelings about things. But I just want you to know that if you're a close friend of mine and you care about me, trust me, I'm always going to be there for you, no matter what. I'm always going to be there for people. Even when I'm in times of distress, I'm always going to be there for people no matter what. Because I always put everyone else before myself, and that's always what I've done. And I always try to please everyone, but now I'm starting to realize that I need to focus on myself sometimes. Not all the time, because then that's being a little bit selfish. And you just kind of want to, share your wisdom with people, and that's what I'm doing. So, like I said, thank you for letting me take your time, and I hope you have a nice day. Thank you.